Today we are going to start our unit 2 of this syllabus, which is applications of PDE, applications of partial differential equation. Before really starting the applications of PDE, in this unit we have one small topic which is called the, the classification of second order PDE. So this is that topic, classification of second order LPDE. So how to classify second order PDEs, linear PDEs? So classification means just giving names, the categories. So means suppose we are given with one linear PDE of second order. So this is considered the second order homogeneous LPDE. So here I have mentioned the homogeneous term, but if it is not homogeneous, so there is no problem, means we can use the same process for classification. So it is a second order LPD, whether it is homogeneous or non-homogeneous. It does not matter to us because the classification process is same. So here I have mentioned because in this unit we have to solve homogeneous LPD only. So that's why I have written the homogeneous word. Otherwise, in classification there is no need of that. The particular given LPD must be homogeneous. It is not that case. It may be homogeneous or it may be non-homogeneous. So suppose the second order LPD, it is in this form a del 2 z over del x square, because this is second order, these are second order LPDs, so it will contain second order derivatives. So del 2 z over del x square, del 2 z over del x, del y, del 2 z over del x, del y square. So these are two second order derivatives, and these are first order derivatives, del z over del x, del z over del y. And this is z term, and right hand side I have kept 0 because I am saying this is homogeneous. But even if this is not homogeneous, so there is one function of xy, so there is no problem, we can proceed with the same steps. So remember, so this is homogeneous, right hand part is 0. But even if this is not homogeneous, means right hand part is not 0, so it is in terms of x and y, it is any function of x and y, even then we can follow the same steps, so there is no problem. So you only consider the order and LPDE. So second order derivatives are there, and it is linear PDE. Clear? It is linear PDE. Why linear? Because the derivatives terms and the z term, they are separated, and there is no multiplication of these derivatives or z. So these are separate terms, del 2 z over del x square, del 2 z over del x del y, del 2 z over del y square, del z over del x, del z over del y. Z is equal to 0 or non-zero. The 0 does not matter to us. Where these coefficients a, b, c, d, e, f so these are either the functions of xy or real constant. Clear? These coefficients are either in terms of xy or constant or a combination. So some coefficient may be constant, some coefficient may be in terms of xy. So whatever the case is, so these coefficients are either in terms of xy or real constants. So this is our given question. We have to classify this linear PDE of second order. So there are three categories. So any LPD of second order would either be hyperbolic or parabolic or elliptic. So what we have to do to classify the given PDE? So the PDE in equation 1 is said to be either hyperbolic if b square minus 4ac is greater than 0. B for A, C, these coefficients. So B is the coefficient of second order derivative, this del 2 z over del x del y. A is the coefficient of del 2z over del x square, and C is the coefficient of del 2z over del y square. We can interchange these coefficients, means A and C. There is no problem because this is A into C. So we can write C into A. So there is no problem. Only B, we have to consider the B coefficient. B is the coefficient of second order derivative of mixed order, means del 2z over del x del y. It is B. We can interchange A and C, but not B. B is fixed. The second, the coefficient of second order derivative del 2z over del x del y. A is del 2z over del x square or del 2z over del y square. In that case, C is the del 2z over del x square. So these are second order derivatives coefficient of del 2z over del x square, del 2z over del y square, and B is the coefficient of this derivative, this second order derivative. So we have to consider these coefficients only, A, B, C. What is D, what is E, what is F? We are not concerned about these coefficients D, E, F. Only we have to see A, B, C. What are the values of A, B, C? Because this will give us whether the given differential equation hyperbolic, parabolic, or elliptic. So we have to calculate this value b square minus 4ac, and if this value is greater than 0, we will say that given PDE is hyperbolic. If this combination b square minus 4ac is 0, means we know that this is a number, and any number is either positive or negative or 0. So based on these three categories, so if b square minus 4ac is greater than 0, then it is hyperbolic. If it is equal to 0, then the given differential equation, the given partial differential equation is parabolic. And if this b square minus 4ac is less than 0, that is negative, then the given partial differential equation is elliptic. Okay, so you have to calculate this combination only, b square minus 4ac. It is positive or negative or 0. Based on this, we will decide that whether our partial differential equation is hyperbolic or parabolic or elliptic. So I have written that at x0 y0 at x0 y0. So suppose the points are not given, only we have to classify the PDE, then we simply calculate this. But so it may be because these coefficients are either function of xy or real constant. So if these are constant, so we will get a constant value, numerical value. And if any of these variables, means any of these coefficient is in terms of x and y, then we will get a value in terms of x and y. In that case, we need to substitute some numerical values for x and y. So we don't need to take burden about that, because if they are asking, the examiner is asking that whether the means if the question is classify this PDE or what type of PD is this, then there is no point. So only we have to calculate whether it is constant or in terms of xy. Based on that only we have to decide whether it is hyperbolic, parabolic, or elliptic. But if suppose they are asking, means examiner is asking that classify this given PDE at a point, suppose 2, 3. So in that case, we have to substitute 2, 3 in b square minus 4ac, simply. Clear? So at that point, whatever the value is we are getting from here, based on that value, we will decide whether it is hyperbolic, parabolic, or elliptic. Yeah. So this is very simple concept. So let's have some examples. Classify the following partial differential equations. So first, y square plus uxx minus 2xy uxy plus x square uyy is equal to y square over x ux plus x square by y uy. So these are derivatives. Clearly it is second order derivative, second order PDE, because the highest derivative is second order. This is uxx, that means the double differentiation of u. That is this uxy is double differentiation of u with respect to x and y. This is double differentiation of u with respect to y. This is first order derivative with respect to x, first order derivative with respect to y. So we don't need these coefficient, because we have to we have to know only and we have to observe the coefficient of second order derivatives only. So y square, 2x minus 2xy, x square, these are our required coefficients. So what is a? A is the coefficient of second order derivative with either with respect to x or with respect to y. So a is suppose y square. So a is y square. Next, the b is the second order, the coefficient of second order derivative mix order, means uxy. So it is minus 2xy, and c is the coefficient of remaining second order derivative. So uyy, the coefficient is x square. So c is x square. Clear? So based on this these coefficients, so we have to calculate b square minus 4ac. So what is b? Minus 2xy. So minus 2xy square is 4x square y square. Next, 4 minus 4 into a is what? Y square, and c is what? X square. So minus 4x square y square. So clearly this is 0. So we are getting b square minus 4ac as 0. So given PD is parabolic. Clear? If it is 0, then the equation is parabolic. Next equation. So this is second order partial differential equation. We don't need to see whether it is homogeneous or non-homogeneous because it does not change our answer. Clear? Because that part we are not going to use in the process. We have to use only the coefficients of second order derivatives. So whether it is any function of xy or 0 or non-zero, we don't bother. So what is a? A is the coefficient of second order derivatives. So these are second order derivatives. So del 2z over del x square, suppose this is 1 plus x square, this is del 2z over del y square, so this is c, so this is c, and there is no order derivative like del 2z over del x del y. So there is we don't have that term, so b the coefficient would be 0. So b is 0. So b square minus 4ac is 0 minus 4 into a into c. So this is minus 4, 1 plus x square, 1 plus y square. Clearly this will be negative always, means of course this is not numerical value, this is a variable value, but we know that whenever whatever the values we will substitute for x and y, it will give you the negative value because this is x square, this is y square. So whenever you are substituting any 0, negative or positive value, we will get either 0 or positive because this is square. So 0 plus 1, that means the minimum value of x square is 0. So 1 plus 0 is 1. Otherwise we will get 1 plus something. So always positive. Similarly for this is y square. So because of y is because of square, we will get the minimum value 0 and rest are greater than 0 positive value. So 1 plus something is 1 at least. So this is positive, this is positive. So positive into positive, positive, and minus 4 will convert that these positive values into negative value. So 1 plus x square, 1 plus I square are positive for all values of x and y. So this will be negative always because this is minus 4. The coefficient is minus 4. So because b square minus 4ac is less than 0, negative, that means given PD is elliptic. In this case, less than 0 means elliptic. Next question. R minus 2 sin x says minus cos square x t minus cos x cube. So we have to search the second order derivative. So R is second order derivative, which is del 2z over del x square. So A is 1. The coefficient of R is 1. Next, S is del 2z over del x del y. So coefficient is minus 2 sin x. So this is V. And T is del 2z over del y square. So coefficient is minus cos square x. So C is minus cos square x. Now calculating B square minus 4AC. This will be coming because this is sine square x cos square x. So after taking 4 common, this will be plus 4. So plus 4 is always positive. That means this is greater than 0, and greater than 0 means it is hyperbolic. So first case, greater than 0 is hyperbolic. So whenever we are getting greater than 0, b square minus 4 is as greater than 0, it is corresponding to hyperbolic case. So the more questions. What is A here? A is 1. What is B here? B is 0 because there is no term like del 2z over del x del y. So B is 0. Now C del 2 z del 2 z over del y square, C is x. So A is 1, B 0, C is x. So B square minus 4AC is equal to 0 because B square. So B square is 0 minus 4, 1 is A, x is C. So this is minus 4x. Now because this is in terms of x, this is not numerical value, so based on the value of x we can decide whether it is the whole the overall term will be negative or positive or 0. So if x is 0, this term would be 0. So when x is 0, this is 0, and when x is negative, so negative into negative would be positive. So when x is negative, the b square minus 4ac would be positive. Okay, so this is positive, and if x is positive, then minus 4 into positive is negative. So minus negative when x is greater than 0. So if x is greater than 0, the b square minus 4ac value is negative. So in this case, because the b square minus 4ac is negative, so we will get the elliptic equation. Yeah, when x is greater than 0, we don't need to see this x, we need to see this b square minus 4ac value. It is negative, and negative means the elliptic case. So the equation would be elliptic. And when x is less than 0, then we are getting b square minus 4ac positive value. So positive means hyperbolic. So hyperbolic. So and for x greater than x is equal to 0, we are getting b square minus 4ac 0. So in this case it would be a parabolic equation, but this is not the case, because in the question itself, in question we are given with x, that x is not equal to 0. So if x is not equal to 0, this b square minus 4ac is never 0. Clear? So we not possible, because as x is not equal to 0, so we will not consider this case, because this is not the possibility. X cannot be 0, it is already given. So this equation is never parabolic, because x is not equal to 0. So only two possibilities are left. Given PD is hyperbolic, elliptic. When x is less than 0, it is hyperbolic. When x is greater than 0, it is elliptic. So these are the cases. Similarly, you can try another question. Here the a is 1, b is 2, c is sine square x. So b square minus 4 ac is coming out 4 cos square x. So again it depends on the value of x. Now we know that cos square x is always what? It is never negative, because this is square. Again, cos may be positive, 0 or negative. Cos x will give you positive value, negative value, and 0 value. But you know, for negative value, it is because it is a square. So square of 0, positive, negative is either 0 or positive. So there are two cases left. Either it is b square minus 4ac is greater than 0 or 0. It cannot be negative because square is there, cos square x. 4 is positive, so the square of cos x is always non-negative. So it cannot be negative. That's why it cannot be negative, means cannot be elliptic. So the rest cases are when it is the whole value is 0 or positive. So again it depends on x. Whenever we will substitute value x, like 2n minus 1 pi by 2, because we know that cos pi by 2, cos 3 pi by 2, cos 5 pi by 2, the odd half of the pi, they will provide you the 0 value. So whenever x is 2n minus 1 pi by 2, 2n minus 1 means every odd number. So odd number into pi by 2 will give you the 0 value of cos x. So cos x is 0, that means b square minus 4ac is 0. So in this case, the given PD is parabolic. Otherwise, if any angle other than this, means when x is not equal to the odd half multiple of pi, then we will get either positive value or negative value. Means we will not get 0, and so we will get either negative value or positive value. And for both these values, because this is square, the negative will also be converted into positive. So we will get a positive value always in this case. So positive means hyperbolic. So hyperbolic when x is not equal to odd half multiple of pi. This is Laplace equation. So Laplace equation, this is standard form of Laplace equation. A is 1, B is 0, C is 1. Clear? A is 1, C is 1, and there is no term like del 2u over del x del y, so B is 0. So B square minus 4ac, whenever you calculate, you will always get minus 4. Minus 4 is less than 0, that is negative. So Laplace equation is elliptic. This is wave equation. So we have to shift on one side, because we started with that this equation is the general format, so everything is on the left hand side. So so because there are two terms, one on the left hand side, one on the right hand side, so I have shifted. You can shift, means you have to keep all terms on the one side. So either you bring this on this side, or bring this on right hand side. So I have brought this term on the right hand side. So this is the equation. Now a is the coefficient of del 2u over del x square, so a square. B is 0 because there is no term like del 2u over del x del y, and C is the coefficient of del 2u del t square, so C is minus 1. So after calculation here we are getting 4a square, and clearly this a cannot be 0, because if a is 0, then this is not wave equation. This will be eliminated because this is a square, so a square is 0, so this right hand side is 0, so only this is left. So a is never 0, so that's why we are getting 4a square always positive, whether a is negative or positive. In both the cases we will get 4a square positive, so this is always hyperbolic. So wave equation is hyperbolic. Now heat equation, this is format of heat equation. Again we have to shift all the terms on the one side, so del u, so this is the required equation. Now a is a square, b is 0, c is again 0. Why c is 0? Because there is one term of second order, del 2u over del x square. There is no del 2u over del x del y, there is no del 2u over del y square or del t square. So c is also 0. So 4b square minus 4ac means minus 4a square, because c is 0, so we are getting 0. So this is always parabolic. The heat equation is parabolic. So like I told you that either you take, we can interchange a and c. So if we are considering the a square as c, so in that case a would be 0. So again we will get 0 into a square, so result will not be changed. But b is fixed, the coefficient of second order derivative, like del 2z over del x del y, the mixed second order derivative. Clear? So that was about, this was about classification. So very simple procedure is there. Only you have to consider a, b, c, and based on these values we will calculate b square minus 4ac, if it is either 0 or negative or positive. And we have the cases like elliptic, parabolic, hyperbolic. So this is the classification. Next, the main method in this unit is separation of variables method. So this method is also called Fourier series method. We say this method either separation of variables or method of separation of variables or Fourier series method. So in this unit we have to use this method only to solve all kinds of PDE, all kinds of partial differential equation. So what is the procedure? Very simple procedure is there. It is separation of variables. So what we have to do, suppose we are given with PDE, means partial differential equation. So we have to get that how many independent variables are there. So suppose x and y be the independent variables there, and z is the dependent variable. We always consider this. So suppose z is dependent variable, x and y are independent variables in the given PDE. Next, so what we do here, we always assume solution, means solution is what? A relation between independent variables and dependent variables. So z is dependent variable, the independent variables are x and y. So we always assume the solution like because there are two independent variables x and y, so the assumed solution would be a product which contains two function, one of x, one of y only. So this is the common step. Means whenever we are going to solve any PDE, what we will observe there, that how many independent variables are there. So means there are, suppose there are two independent variables x and y. So we will consider the solution like product of two function, means two independent variable. That means product of two function, one function of one independent variable, second function is the function of second independent variable. So this is capital X into capital Y, because there are two independent variables. So capital X is a function of x only, and capital Y is a function of y only. Clear? So this is the first step, the common step in all the equations. Z is equal to, Z is dependent variable, is equal to product of two function, that capital X is a function of x only and capital Y is a function of y only. Now what we have to do, we have assumed that this is our solution, so it must satisfy the given differential equation. So whatever the given differential equation, it would contain derivatives. So we have to substitute this solution in the given PDE. So for that we need to calculate the derivatives, because the PDE, the given PDE would contain the derivatives. So del z over del x is equal to what? Del over del x of z. Z is what? X into y. This is x into y. Next, we have to differentiate it with respect to small x. So because capital Y is a function of y only, so this is constant with respect to x. So y would be outside, and what is it is del x over del small x. And because capital X is a function of x only, so the derivative would be ordinary. So this is x dash. So x dash is what? Dx over d small x, the differentiation of capital X with respect to small x. And this is ordinary derivative because x is a function of one variable only, small x. Similarly, the del z over del y, what is its value? Del over del y of x into y means z. Z is what? X into y, and we have to differentiate it with respect to small y. So capital X will be outside this, because this is constant with respect to y, and the differentiation of capital Y with respect to y is y dash. So this is y dash. So y dash is what? Dy over small dy. Next, del 2z over del x square in the similar way is equal to del x, del over del x of del z over del x, and del z over del x is x dash y. So now differentiate it with respect to x. Again, y is constant, so y is as it is, and the differentiation of x dash is x double dash. Similarly, del 2z over del y square is equal to x into y double dash, because this is differentiation, double differentiation with respect to y. So x is constant, so capital X into y double dash. So these are the notations. Now what we have to do, we have calculated the derivatives. Now this z and these derivatives we have to substitute in the given PDE. Then these x means what is saying that these expression are substituted in the given PDE, and the variables xy are separated. Means this method will convert that equation. Whenever you substitute the value of uh, derivatives and z in the given PDE, the obtained equation will be separated in x and y. Means we will always get a separation. Means separation means the all the terms containing x would be on one side, and all the terms containing y would be on the other side. So separation is possible because we are using, because that's why it is named as separation of variable method. So whenever we substitute this solution, this assumed solution in the PDE, you will get a separation in x and y. So now these are two equations, because one side we have x, one side we have y. So these are ordinary differential equation, and we know how to solve ordinary differential equation. So we will solve one differential equation which is in x, so we will get a solution of capital X, and other equation is in capital Y, so we will get a solution of capital Y. And whenever we got the solution of x and y, we will substitute those values in equation 1, the capital X into capital I. This was the assumed solution. So now we got our capital X and capital Y. So we will substitute those values here to get our final solution. So this is the very it has very simple process. It means now suppose we are solving the questions, you will understand each and every step. So what is the question? Solve the following PDE using the separation of variables method. So whenever the question, because otherwise what will happen, because this is if you observe, this is partial differential equation of first order and first degree. So this can be solved by Lagrange's method, and also by the because this is with constant coefficients, so it can also be solved by the linear PDE with constant coefficient, CFPI method. Clear? So it can be solved by CFPI also, it can be solved by Lagrange's method also, but we have to solve this using separation of variables method. So this is the one other means given condition. I told you initially in unit 1 that whenever we are given with one condition, that means we have to find out particular solution, not complete solution. So particulars, in this case, we have to find out the particular solution. So for that, we need to have the general solution first, means complete solution first. Now, because we have to solve this using separation of variables method. So how that method works? First, you have to observe how many independent variables are there. So clearly in this PDE, Z is dependent variable. Z is dependent variable because the derivatives of Z are appearing. So Z is dependent variable. And what are the independent variables? X and T, because the derivatives are with respect to X or T. So these are independent variables. So it has two independent variables as X and T. Clear? So now we have two independent variables. So we have two independent variables, means the assumed solution would be Z is equal to, Z is dependent variable is equal to a product of two function, one of one independent variable, another of another independent variable. So capital X into capital T, because we have two independent variables, one small x and one small t. So we have assumed our solution as a product of two function. One function is of x alone and second function is of t alone. Now what we have to do, what is the next step in separation of variable method? We have to substitute this solution in the given PDE. So what are the requirement? The Z is there, so Z, we have Z, and now del Z over del T and del Z over del X. Three terms are required. So Z, we already have the Z. Now find out the derivative, del Z over del T and del Z over del X. So del Z over del X would be, because this is differentiation with respect to X, so X dash into T, because T is a function of T, small t, so T is constant with respect to small x. So what is the differentiation? X dash T. Similarly for del Z over del T is X dot T dash, because this is differentiation with respect to T. So X dot T dash. Now substitute these values and this value in the given differential equation. So what is the given differential equation? Del Z over del X is equal to 2 del Z over del T plus Z. So this is del Z over del X, 2 into del Z over del T is X dot T dash, and Z is X dot T. Now I told you this, in this method, whenever we apply this method, we will get a separation. Means we have to separate the terms of X and the terms of T. So this, now we have to look for the separation. So how to do that is just keeping all terms of X on one side, keeping all the terms of T on the another side. So this is X dash T. Now these are two terms where we can where we can take X common. So X is common. What is left? 2D dash plus T, and this is X dash dot T. So we can keep this X under the denominator, this denominator. So X dash over X is equal to 2T dash over plus T over capital T. This T will be the denominator of this. So this is, in this way we have got the separation. Clearly in every question you have to follow the same steps. You have to assume one solution, then you have to substitute the derivatives values in the given differential equation, and you will get a one separation always. So now after separation, what you have to do, you have to solve these differential equation. Like how? So these variables x and t are now separated now, because the left on, if you observe that on the left hand side we have the function of x, and this is the function of t. And remember, both variables x and t are independent variables, small x and small t. So on the left hand side of equation 3 is a function of x alone, and the right hand side of the equation 3 is a function of t alone. So both, and since x and t are independent variables, so because left hand side is independent variable x, small x, right hand side is a function of a small t, and which is independent variable. So this is one independent variable is equal to one another independent variable. Because these are independent variables, so they cannot be equal to variable terms, they can be equal to constant only. अदरवाइज होगा क्या, आप कह रहे हो दिस इज फंक्शन ऑफ एक्स, दिस इज फंक्शन ऑफ टी, अगर आप बोल रहे हो कि इज इक्वल टू, अगर आप x की वैल्यू इन टर्म्स ऑफ t ले आए या t की वैल्यू इन टर्म्स ऑफ x ले आए, इसका मतलब क्या हो गया कि वो तो फिर डिपेंडेंट वेरिएबल हो गए। हम कह रहे हैं x एंड t आर इंडिपेंडेंट वेरिएबल, सो x की वैल्यू t के टर्म्स में नहीं हो सकती, t की वैल्यू इनके x के टर्म में नहीं हो सकती है। सो ओनली पॉसिबिलिटी क्या है कि ये दोनों हम जब बोल रहे हैं कि फंक्शन ऑफ x फंक्शन ऑफ t इक्वल है, that means it must be these must be equal to a constant। ये तभी पॉसिबल है जब दोनों के दोनों किसी कांस्टेंट के इक्वल होंगे, क्योंकि दोनों ही इंडिपेंडेंट वेरिएबल्स हैं। so therefore both sides of equation 3 must be equal to a constant k, say k. So the k is any constant, k, c, a, whatever you want to use, you use that. So this is the common step. Every time whenever you get any separation, you have to make those terms equal to a constant, say k, a, b, c, जो भी आपको यूज करना है वो आप यूज कर सकते हो। now because these both terms, these both left sides are equal to a constant, so taking this is equal to k and this is equal to k, we will get two differential equations. So first x dash over x is equal to x k, and second 2t dash plus t over t is equal to k. Now these are two differential equation, like means if you simplify the this, so what we get, x dash is equal to kx, so k x dash minus kx is equal to 0. And similarly the second one, 2t dash plus t is equal to kt, so 2t dash 1 minus k, this is t, this is kt, so whenever we bring this on this side, so this is minus kt, so 1 minus k is the here and t is common, so we are getting this. Now if you observe these two equations, these are differential equations. How? This is x dash minus kx is equal to 0, and what is x dash? X dash is dx over d small x minus kx is equal to 0. So this is and this is an ordinary differential equation of first order and first degree. Why this is ordinary? Because the capital X is dependent variable, small x is independent variable, so there is one independent variable, only small x. So this is first order first degree ordinary differential equation, and you know how to solve this if you remember the separation method. So d capital X over this x can be come under the denominator, so dx over capital X minus k, this dx would go on this side, so dx is equal to 0. Clear? The cross multiplication only means dx over dx is equal to kx, so dx would go on this side and capital X would come on this side, so dx over capital X minus k dx is equal to 0. Now on integration, you integrate this, so this is dx over capital X, so what we will get, we will get log capital X minus k, k is constant, and the integration of dx is small x. Clear? Now is equal to one integrating constant, suppose that is log c1. Now applying the log properties, so log x is equal, log x minus log c1 is equal to kx, so log x over log c1 is equal to kx. So now taking the anti-log, so k over c1 will be equal to e to the power kx. So x would be equal to c1 e to the power kx. So this is the solution of the first equation, first ordinary differential equation. Similarly for second, the 2t dash 1 minus kt is equal to 0. Again this is 2, and dt dash is what, dt over dt over d small t, 1 minus kt is equal to 0. So this is again an ordinary differential equation of first order in first degree. So we can sap again we know how to solve this. So capital T can become here, and 1 minus k, this dt is here, and 2 can become, so by simply by cross multiplication we will get this equation, dt over capital T 1 minus k dt over 2. Now again on integration, after integration what we will get, log capital T 1 minus k by 2 is constant, so the integration of dt is small t and is equal to 1 integrating constant, suppose log c2. So after applying the log properties, you will get t is equal to c2 e to the power k minus 1 by 2 t. Clear? So now we have got the solution for t, means for solution for second ordinary differential equation. And what was our initial solution, means our final solution, it was assumed solution was z is equal to xt. So now substituting the values of x and t. So what is x? Capital X C1 e to the power kx. What is capital T? C2 e to the power k1 minus 1 by 2 t. So next just to simplify this, C1 into C2 e to the power, because base are same, this is e, so e to the power kx plus k1 minus k minus 1 by 2 into t. So this is solution. Now because these are two arbitrary constants, c1 into c2, so after multiplication we will get one arbitrary constant c. So suppose that is capital C. So z is equal to capital C into t to the power kx plus k minus 1 by 2 t. So this is our complete solution. Here this is our complete solution because it contains two arbitrary constants c and k. Now if this condition is not given to us, this zk x0 is equal to 6 e to the power minus a, so our this solution is final, this is our complete solution. But in this case we have to get the particular solution because one condition is there. So now z is equal to c e to the power kx k minus 1 by 2t is complete solution as it contains arbitrary constants c and k. But in this PDE we have to find out the particular solution which satisfies this condition, zx0 is equal to 6 e to the power minus 3x. So we have to apply this condition on this solution. So apply the condition zx0 is equal to 6 e to the power minus 3x to equation 6, the complete solution. So what is the condition? The complete solution is zxt, because this is z is equal to something, and z is what, z is dependent variable, so z is a function of xt. So zxt is equal to c e to the power kx plus k minus 1 by 2t. Now we have to, what is the condition, given condition? The given condition is zx0 is this, so at t is equal to 0 the z value is 6 e to the power minus 3x. So applying t is equal to 0, so zx is 0 is equal to c to the power kx plus k1 minus 1 by 2 into, we have to replace t by 0 because we have to substitute 0 for t, so this is 0. So e to the power kx plus k minus 1 2 into t into 0 means this were, the term would be 0, so only kx is left, so e to the power kx, and this zx0 value is 6 e to the power minus 3x, so 6 e to the power minus 3x. So when we compare these two terms, what we get, c is equal to 6, so c is equal to 6, and the k coefficient of x, here we have minus 3, so k is minus 3. So now substitute this value in the complete solution, we will get our particular solution. So z is equal to, solution was z is equal to c e to the power kx k minus 1 by 2t. So substitute c value which is 6 and the k value is minus 3, so minus 3 minus 3. So after simplifying we are getting xt is equal to 6 e to the power minus 3x minus 2t. Clear? So this is our particular solution. So in the same way we can solve other equations. Here we don't have any condition, that means we have to find complete solution only, no particular solution. So we have to use the separation method. So now observe how many independent variables are there. So x and y. So here u is dependent variable, x and y are independent variables. So what is the solution? Our assumed solution is u means dependent variable is equal to product of two function, one for x, one for y, because here we have two independent variables x and y. So one function for x, one function for y. So this is our assumed solution, capital X into capital Y. Now what we have to do? We have to substitute this solution into the given equation. So for that, what we need del u over del y, del u over del x, and double derivative of u with respect to x. So del u over del x is x dash y, del u over del y is x y dash, and del 2u over del x square is x double dash y. Now substituting these values in the given differential equation means this, we will get this. Now we have to make separation. So all terms containing x on the one side, all terms containing y on the other side. So this is the separation, x double dash minus 2x dash x plus y dash plus y over y is equal to 0. So this is left hand side, this is right hand side, both are in separated form. This is x function, this is y function, so separation is possible. So now what we will do, we will make both these terms equal to k, a constant, because this is x variable term, this is y variable term, both are independent variables, so they can be equal only when they are equal to constant. So say suppose they are equal to a constant k. So similarly we will in this way we will get two differential equation, the left hand side is equal to k, the right hand side is equal to k. So after solving this is x double dash minus, you will get x double dash minus 2x dash minus kx is equal to 0, and second equation as y dash plus ky is equal to 0. Now solving these two differential equations. So first is x double dash minus 2x dash minus kx is equal to 0, and x double dash is what? D2x over dx square minus x dash is dx over x minus so minus 2 dx over dx minus kx is equal to 0, and it is a linear ODE, linear ordinary differential equation with the constant coefficient, because this is second order. In the last question we got first order first degree equation, but here these are second order first degree equations. So this is second order LPDE with constant coefficient, minus 2, this is minus k, this is plus 1. So all coefficients are constant. So this is this is an ordinary differential equation with constant coefficient and linear also, because the maximum power is 1. So this is linear ODE with constant coefficient, and you know how to solve this. For this you need to get the CF and PI. So auxiliary equation, what we do, we replace d by m. So this is d square, so m square minus 2d means 2m, and this is minus k is equal to 0. This is auxiliary equation. So the roots, if you remember, you have to remember how to solve the ordinary case, ordinary differential equation. So there we need to get the auxiliary equation, and the roots of this auxiliary equation will tell us what is CF. So when we get the roots, so root will be m is equal to plus 1 plus minus square root 1 plus k. These are real and distinct. Clear? Both are, because k is constant and real constant. So 1 plus k is real number, square root of, because this is positive, so this is again a positive root. So 1 plus square root this and 1 minus square root this. These are two real and distinct roots. So in that case, how to write CF? CF is CM C1 plus e to the power m1x plus c2 e to the power m2x. So m1 is 1 plus square root 1 plus k, and m2 is 1 minus square root 1 plus k. So this is the CF. And pi is 0 because right hand side is 0. This is homogeneous equation. So right hand part is 0. So pi is 0. So what is the solution? Solution is x is dependent variable, is equal to CF plus pi. So CF is this and pi is 0. So this is the solution of this equation. Similarly, the second equation, y dash plus ky is equal to 0. This is y dash is dy over dy, ky is equal to 0, which is ordinary differential equation of first order first degree, or in the similar way it is also a linear ODE with constant coefficient. So we can use CFPI also. Otherwise you can separate, use the separation method, dy over capital Y plus k dy is equal to 0. So in that way also we can get our solution. So auxiliary equation is m plus k is equal to 0. So m is minus k, which is single root, a real root. So CF is C3 e to the power minus ky e to the power my, because dependent variable, the independent variable is a small y. So how to write CF? A constant into e to the power my, because y is independent variable here in for this equation. Capital Y is dependent, small y is independent. So C3 e to the power, why C3? Because C1 and C2 we have already used. So next constant is C3 e to the power, what is the root? Root is minus k, so minus k into independent variable. And pi is again 0 because right hand part is 0. So pi is 0. So y is equal to CF plus pi is our general solution. So y is equal to CF is C3 e to the power minus ky and pi is 0. So this is the solution. Now we have got the solution for y also from for this equation. So complete solution is, what was u is equal to xy was the complete solution, assumed solution. Now replacing the value, substituting the values of capital X. So capital X is this and capital Y is this. So when we multiply this to this, so we will get C1 into C3. So we have replaced that C1 C2 by A, capital A. So capital A and is capital A, and this is e to the power 1 plus square root 1 plus kx into e to the power minus ky. So we have added because the bases are same, so this is like this. And again C2 into C3, we have replaced this by using b into e to the power 1 minus square root 1 plus kx minus ky. So in this way, this is our solution. Here also, this is y cube p plus x square q is equal to 0. So p is what? Del z over del x. Q is what? Del z over del y. So this here, the given PD z is dependent variable, xy are independent variable. So assume solution as z is equal to one function of x, one function of y, because here we have two independent variables, small x, small y. So this is our assumed solution. So now we have to substitute this in the given differential equation. For that we need del z over del x, del z over del y. So del z over del x is x dash y and del z over del y is x y dash. Clear? So substitute, after substituting means in the given equation, y cube into del z over del x, this is del z over del x, plus x square into del z over del y, this is del z over del y, is equal to 0. Now we have to make separation. So this is x term only, this is y term only. So this is left hand side, this is right hand side. So both would be equal to one constant, say k. So when left hand side is equal to k, so we will get one differential equation, x dash is equal to kx square x. So dx over this is x kx square x. So now making the separation, because this is first order first degree, so we can use separation dx over x and is equal to kx square into this small dx. So small dx. So after integration, what we will get, log x is equal to, this is a k is constant, and x square, the integration is x cube by 3 plus 1 integrating constant. So after simplifying, we will get x value as this. And now the second equation, the right hand side is equal to k. So this is y dash plus k y cube, y is equal to 0. Again dy, this is dy over d small y k y cube, y is equal to 0. So again we can make the separation method, we can use the separation method. So dy over y plus ky cube dy is equal to 0. So after integration, log y ky 4, because this is y cube, so integration is y4 by 4 is equal to 1 integrating constant. So after simplifying, we are getting y value as this. So again, our complete solution is z is equal to xy. So this is x value, this is y value, and after multiplication we are getting c1 into c2 e to the power this. So this, after simplifying, this is k by 12 after taking LCM. So c1 and c2 we have replaced this by using capital A, and k by 12 we have replaced this by capital B. So this is the required solution. One more question. Del 2 u over del x del t is equal to the power minus t cos x. Given that u is 0 when t is 0 and x is 0, del u over del t is 0 when x is 0. So that means we have to find particular solution. Now first write complete solution. So u is equal to xt is our assumed solution, because there are two independent variables x and t, and u is dependent variable. So u is xt is our assumed solution. Now for that, now we have to substitute this in equation means 1 in PDE. So PDE, what we require? We require the double derivative with respect to x and t. So first del u over del t, this is xt dash, and del 2 u over del xt is x dash t dash, because we have to differentiate this with respect to x now to get this. So this is x dash t dash. So now substituting this in the given differential equation. Now, so this is x dash t dash is equal to e to the power minus t cos x. Now make the separation. So x dash over cos x is equal to e to the power t, e to the minus t over t dash. So separation is possible. So the left hand side and right hand side both will be equal to a constant, because these are independent variable sums. So both are equal only when they are equal to a constant. So say k. So x dash over cos x is equal to k, e to the power minus t over t dash is k. So for first equation, this is x dash. So 1 over cos x is here, and x dash is what? Dx over d small x is equal to k. And this e to the power minus t, this is t dash is dt over small dt is equal to k. So solving this, dx is, this is dx is equal to k cos x dx. So after integration, what we get, dx, the integration is x, and this k is k, k is constant, and cos x integration is minus sin x. I have made one mistake, because cos x integration is plus sin x. Yeah. So this is wrong. This minus sign would not be there, because this is k cos x dx, and we are not differentiating, we are integrating. So integration of cos x with respect to x is plus sin x. So this must be plus sin x. So ignore this minus sign. This is k sin x plus c1. Okay. Next, the second equation, e to the power minus t is equal to, this is k dt over dt. So this dt, this capital dt is equal to, this k would go on this side, 1 over k e to the power minus t, and this is small dt, small t. So after integration, what we will get, the integration of dtt is capital T, and 1 over k is 1 over k, that is constant. E to the power minus t integration is minus e to the power minus t plus 1 integrating constant c2. So we have got the values of x and t, both variables. So the complete solution is u is equal to x into t. So this is x value, this is t value. Now this is our complete solution, but we have to get the particular solution. So there are two conditions. First is u is 0 and t is 0. So applying this condition to this solution, this is uxt. So ux0 is when t is 0. So we have to substitute t is 0. So this minus t is 0. Now this ux0 means when t is 0, u is 0. So left hand side is 0. Now simplifying this, e to the power 0 is 1. So this we are getting now. This is 0, and so the product of two functions is 0. Either this factor is 0 or this factor is 0, but this factor cannot be 0. Why? Because if this factor is 0, then this solution is 0, and this solution is 0, that means x is 0, and x is 0, that means total solution is 0, because this x is 0. So this factor cannot be 0. So only possibility is this is 0. So minus 1 by k, c2 is 0, and this means c2 is 1 by, sorry, c2 is 1 by k. So I have written here also that minus k sin x plus c1 cannot be 0. Why? I have told you the reason. Now the reduced solution, because now we have got the value of c2. C2 is 1 by k. So this was our solution. So this was our solution. Now substituting the value of c2. C2 is 1 by k. So reduced solution is uxt is equal to minus k sin x plus c1 minus e to the minus t over k plus c2. C2 is 1 by k. So c2 is 1 by k. So this reduced solution. Now our second condition is also here. It is del u over del t is 0 when x is 0. So first we have to get the del u over del t. So del u over del t means differentiate this solution with respect to t. So minus k sin x plus c1, and this is t term. So e to the power minus t, what is the differentiation? Minus e to the power minus c. So again we have already 1 minus, so minus into minus is plus. So e to the power minus t by k plus 1 by k is constant, so differentiation is 0. So what is left? And this del u over del t is 0 when x is 0. So now applying x is 0. So x is 0 means sine 0. And on the left hand side, del u over del t, which is 0 at x is equal to 0. So again, we are getting either this factor 0 or this factor 0. So if this is 0 e to the power minus t over k is 0, then again the reduced solution was this. So this, okay. If e to the power minus t over k is 0, then e to the power minus t over k means this term is 0. So t is only equal to c2. That means t is a constant, not a variable. So which is again a wrong selection, wrong choice. So this cannot be 0. Why? Because if this is 0, then t is equal to c2 means simply t is equal to one constant. So t is not any variable. So but we have considered that t is a function of t, and t is an independent variable. So in this way we cannot take this as 0. So what possibility is left? This. So only possibility is that this is 0. So this is 0 means, so means k minus k sine 0 plus c1 is 0. So what I have, so sine 0 is 0. So sine 0 is 0, so 0 into minus k, so this term is 0. So only thing c1 means only the c1 is left. So c1 into this, and again this factor is not 0 means this term is not 0. I have explained you the reason. So what is the possibility left? This c1 is 0. So c1 is 0. And so now in the reduced solution we will make c1 as 0. So now substituting c1 0. So what we will get, uxt is equal to minus k sin x plus c1 is 0, so 0 and plus into e to the power minus t over k 1 plus k. So again 0, after simplifying this we are getting this minus k sin x 1 minus e to the power minus t over k. So this is the reduced solution. So this is our final solution. So in this way we have explained, means I have explained you that how to process separation of variable method or Fourier series method. Both are common, both are names for a common method. तो या तो हम उसे Fourier series method बोलते हैं या variation of separation, सॉरी सेपरेशन ऑफ वेरिएबल्स मेथड बोलते हैं. तो किसी भी मेथड से हम उसे बोल सकते हैं. तो इसके थ्रू हमें सारे क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करने हैं. सो अभी हमें ये आइडिया लग गया कि हाउ टू यूज सेपरेशन ऑफ वेरिएबल्स मेथड. नाउ अब हम नेक्स्ट लेक्चर पर क्या करेंगे. नाउ वी हैव स्टैंडर्ड पार्शियल डिफरेंशियल इक्वेशंस लाइक वेव इक्वेशन, हीट इक्वेशन, लाप्लास इक्वेशन. सो वी हैव टू सॉल्व दोज इक्वेशन यूजिंग द सेम मेथड, separation of variables. So now you have the idea how to apply the separation of variables method. So we will apply in the standard partial differential equations.